to the Heretic Mansion, a Shin Megami Tensei podcast. I'm your host, John.
And I'm Keith.
And I'm Shin.
Yeah, Jeff isn't with us today, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, Jeff isn't here because he can't podcast tonight and he doesn't know much about today's topic anyway, which...
Or any topics, really.
I wonder how Jeff's going to react when he hears that.
Today's topic is...
obscure SMT games.
Oh!
That's right. So, some of you probably have mixed thoughts about what you think of when you think of obscure, but when I think of obscure, in terms of SMT, I think of anything that isn't mainline, that hasn't officially been released in English. Like, I mean, everyone knows about the mainline SMT games because everyone knows about Nocturne, everyone knows about SMT4, so there have to be two games that come before that, even if they haven't been released in English. But other than that, not many people know about the other SMT spin-offs, especially the ones that don't actually have SMT in them. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I'd go like a step further and just say, basically the games that are Japanese only, that either we can't get access to because we don't speak Japanese, or because they weren't released in a medium that we can easily access, like the SMT tabletop games and stuff, for instance.
Mobile phones, pachinko.
Yeah, I would kill for my Nocturne Pachi slot, but it's really expensive.
How expensive?
You can get it for like $200.
That's not that bad.
Too bad.
But you'd have to have someone who knows how to set up a Pachi slot, and you need a power converter. But the power converter is not really expensive, but
I think both of those problems are easily fixed by going to Little Tokyo.
Yeah, but aside from that, that's really my take on obscure SMT.
Yeah, I think obscure for most series, I would say obscure is like something that you have to dig into the franchise to even realize exists. Like, I would say the obscure SMT games are like Giten, Megami Tensei, Ronde, some of those what are they called? Not Last Bible, or the later Imagine Tensei, like mobile games or whatever they are. Like, all the mobile games are pretty obscure. But yeah, like Giten and Ronde are the two that I always say. Jack Bros might be a little obscure, but you could probably know that it exists just from looking on Amazon or something.
Yeah, Jack Bros actually was the first Shin Megami Tensei game released in the United States officially.
Yeah, and to my knowledge, it's the only one that actually has its own exclusive American art that wasn't made by Japanese hands.
Oh,
and it's really ugly.
So fucking terrible.
Yeah, well, that was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
I think it's worse than the Mega Man 1 and 2 artwork that people like to see.
That's kind of a low blow.
It is worse.
It's a fine game, I'm sure, but the art is fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's actually really fun.
Yeah, but anyway, so what of these obscure SMT games are you guys the most familiar with? Especially Keith, because you're like some big-time SMT collector, and you've played a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, so I guess the ones I'm familiar with are pretty much all of them, except the tabletop ones, which I haven't been able to find them at a reasonable price online. But I know for sure that there's two different Nocturne ones. There's one that's pre-Dante, and then there's the Dante one. I kind of want the pre one more.
What about the one with
to see what it's like. But I haven't even seen like a Raito expansion or whatever. But I imagine it'd play out the same way.
Probably.
And it looks to be pretty much just Dungeons and Dragons, but with a SMT skin. The mobile games I know nothing about except that they're out there, and there's even some one that you can play on a PC, but then the websites are down now, so I guess you can't play them. But I guess the ones that I would say that I played through that I remember the best, I guess, would be the Last Bible series, because that's what I'm playing through right now. The first one we got in English is Revelations, the Demon Slayer, and which is Last Bible 1. The translation's kind of terrible because it basically dumps down everything to make it easier for people who don't play, I guess, JRPGs to understand. And
it's from the 90s.
Yeah, and it's from the 90s. The people who were in charge of translating stuff in the 90s should just be lined up and shot because it's like terrible. Last Bible 2 is what I'm playing right now. It's a fan's translation, but it's super buggy, so it like glitches out a lot and it crashes a lot. But it's fun, and it's easily accessible. Same thing with Another Bible, which is the shortest of the series, and it's completely different. But those ones are the ones that I have like the strongest understanding of, I guess. Aside from Devil Children, I just don't want to say it because you guys already knew that I was going to say it. Yeah.
Yeah, Devil Children, Demi Kids might as well be like your middle name or something, or like your legal last name or something. I've played the last obscure one I could think of that I've actually played a bit of was I played Kyoku Megami Tensei, which isn't really obscure, but I played it like 5 months ago. I played like 20 minutes of it. It was pretty cool. I tried playing Megami Tensei, but I couldn't find the correct ROM. I haven't really played that many. Like I've seen lots of videos of the Megami Tensei and Ronde games, especially Ronde because Ronde is fucking terrible. I'm sure I mentioned in the podcast how bad that game is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's the one I'm most familiar with, but for reasons that I'm already proud of, just because I like watching terrible games. But
yeah.
I really wish I could play those two Super Nintendo Megami Tenseis because they look fucking awesome. Like I fucking love that style of gameplay. It's like Advanced Wars Fire Emblem, but with a SMT flavor, which people say is pretty much what Devil Survivor is, but I disagree. That game looks more like it.
Yeah,
that game looks more like it than I think Devil Survivor looks like Fire Emblem. But yeah, I don't have much experience with too many of the games. I wish I did, especially Jack Bros. It looks like a pretty cool puzzler.
Yeah, it's really fun, and it's got Jack Skeleton, Jack the Ripper, or Jack Ripper, but they call him Jack Skeleton in that game.
Skeleton, God.
Translation problem.
Yeah, that team.
Off the top of your head, do you know what they call him in Japan? Like, isn't Jack Frost's name Hiho?
No.
Pretty sure it's Jaku Furosuto.
Well, how do you say those guys? I mean, I don't know their fucking names in Japanese, so I don't know. I figured you might know.
Yeah, and yeah, Jack Frost is Jack Frost. That which is why Black Frost exists, because it's a pun on the same name but different pronunciation. Jack Ripper, I could probably pull it up right now, just because. But I think his name is the same, only because he's definitely like a homage to Jack the Ripper.
Yeah. I was gonna say a proper noun, but this isn't 4th grade. But Jack Skeleton sounds pretty cool. Although it took close to Jack Skellington, but it just sounds so simple. Jack Skeleton.
No, it's not even skeleton.
It's skeleton.
Yeah, skeleton.
It's like the British comedian Red Skelton.
Yes.
That's fucking crazy. Maybe it's a homage to Red Skelton. I don't know. I will never know. I'll never play Jack Bros. Really. I'll probably won't ever be able to afford a fucking, sealed in box $5,000 copy of Jack Bros.
Yeah, right now you can get it for $1,000 if you want, or just for the cartridge it's $300 now.
That's donate a shitload of blood. Yeah, that's the one I want. I really want to play that, and besides the two Megami Tensei, I really liked the first Devil Summoner, which isn't that obscure, but it somewhat is, in that we can't really play it in English. Actually, you can't play English at all. There's no fan translation. There might be a script somewhere, but I'm not gonna go through that shit again. I tried it with Tales of Rebirth, and I wanted to kill myself. But yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
And to play Jack Brothers, you also need a virtual board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta deal with fucking... Because if you... I don't know if you guys ever watched that AVGN video when he tries playing one. It's kind of like... You gotta, seat it on a desk and, lean forward. this weird
Yeah,
fucking shit just to play a video game. I don't fucking know.
it's a lot like when you get your eyes tested to see if you have if you have any kind of eye problems. You have to rest your chin on something and kind of like lean forward. It's just odd. It's a really weird concept.
Fuck.
Yeah, to think that thing was marketed as a portable console.
Imagine imagine
I-
trying to like you're at recess and some fucking dude pulls out a Virtual Boy. Like, what the fuck's wrong with that guy? Fuck.
Yeah.
Imagine if that thing took off as like and it sold and they made like a Pokemon for Virtual Boy, and to fucking trade you got like stand them next to each other and like two guys just staring at each other but you can't see each other. I don't know. I'm getting these weird things in my head. Imagine a fucking proper MegaTen, but you could duel people, like hooking up your Virtual Boy. Man, this would be fucking crazy. I gotta draw this just so I could show you guys what I'm talking about.
I don't want to know.
Well, good thing we have the Oculus Rift and everything coming out. We could get a proper virtual reality dueling MegaTen game to play.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But I actually haven't really played any of the obscure MegaTen games. Like I've said, I played all the MegaTen games released in North America except for Raito and Persona 1, but I haven't played any of the obscure ones because, well, for one thing, they're in Japanese, and I know some of you guys may feel differently about playing games in Japanese, like, even if you can't understand what's going on, you can still play it, but I want to know fully what's going on. Like, if I'm playing a game in a language I can't speak, I feel like I'm walking through my hallway blindfolded, and I have to feel around to make sure I know where I'm going. Like, I don't want to do that.
It works for some games, but RPGs, no fucking way.
Yeah, I can see that. Some of the games though that you didn't mention, like, have you played Revelations of the Demon Slayer? Or Demi Kids?
I played Demi Kids. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, because only real SMT fans play Demi Kids. It's like a rite of passage. Like, Kazuma Kaneko comes to your house and he gives you a little plaque. It's pretty intense.
He takes out his Game Boy Advance and he trades with you.
Yeah. He gives you like a shiny Jack Frost. It's pretty cool.
Gives you a Jack Skeleton.
Have you guys ever played Mach and X? I mean, it's not really MegaTen, but
yeah.
you know.
Does it count as MegaTen? Like, I kind of like to. Like, I've read a synopsis of the story. Yeah. Like, Nazis, demons,
Yeah,
kind of like Persona 2.
I would say that it's a lot like Persona 2 in the sense that it has Nazis, but it's really weird, I guess, because it plays kind of like an arcade game where the kind where you have to hold the sword and swing it around and you're moving forward, I guess.
Oh my god,
it's like
I guess I'm never gonna play
that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've only played the Dreamcast version. There's a remake called Makin Shao, which is for the PS2 that came out in Europe and in Japan, but I've never tried that one. I have it, but I haven't tried it. It's a pretty fun game. The sword is the main character, and the girl she doesn't actually exist. Her personality is erased by the sword, and so all the like dialogue and stuff is really this talking, which is funny, I guess.
So it's like Sonic and the Black Knight.
I never played it.
I forgot that fucking game existed. Holy shit.
But
I haven't actually played it, but I've seen like people play it, and supposedly your sword talks to you.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, except he talks through the body of the girl in a sense, I guess.
But anyway, as far as counting that as SMT, I think if you're going to count Makin X or Makin Shao as SMT, you might as well count Catherine as SMT.
I do actually count Catherine, just because.
One of you's going to say...
Because it was made by Team
One of you's going to say fucking Trauma Center.
Trauma Center is MegaTen too. There's probably a Jack Frost somewhere.
There probably is. There probably is a background image of him.
Actually, in the box for Trauma Center New Blood, in the manual, it has a promotion for some other Atlas game, and it's got Jack Frost on it.
What, the surfboarding game? Like, that's the only...
Is that game fucking MegaTen? The snowboarding hits? The DS?
Yeah. And even that one, even Etrian Odyssey because she has a pin that's Jack Frost's face. So everything is.
Okay. So everything's MegaTen.
Everything, especially Forza Motorsport 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Call of Duty Ghost is MegaTen.
Hey, ghosts are convenience. So you say yourself. I was gonna say, you know what game you know what game is actually somewhat obscure, but not really. The PS1 version of Persona 1.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it is kind
You
of
can't really
obscure.
play it unless you got money to fucking spend, or I mean, obviously you can emulate it. But that game is different from the PSP version because it has a different old Mark. Obviously, Mark's black for some fucking reason. It's one of the weirdest things I've ever heard of localization doing. And obviously the music's all different. That's why I want to play that version because the music's different. I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
I don't mind J-pop, but I feel J-pop in the PSP version doesn't fit the graphics, the art style.
Yeah, it doesn't. Not really.
Like
I prefer that music, the music from the Revelations Persona better.
yeah,
Anyway, it's just like much more solid, I guess.
it's just like wherever Black Mark goes, that's where the good music is, as far as I know.
Yeah.
They also had to dumb down a bunch of stuff in that game to give it a KA rating, which is basically the E rating.
That game was KA? Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Wow. Anyways, so you were saying?
What I was saying was, well, I mean, I pretty much said what I wanted to say, but another thing I wanted to say was that in the PSP version of Persona 1, they actually left Mara in the English version, and the game still got a T rating.
I mean, it's not like Mara's penetrating anybody. He's just fucking sitting there.
No.
No.
But he does come out of a student's chest.
Like how? Like
Spoilers,
like does he slowly come off flaccid but then get erect and like thrust out or something? No. I mean, I don't know. I haven't played the game. Fuck, that'd be kind of cool though. That's a idea for Atlas for the next game for Mara to come out, emerge from a student's chest, flaccid, and slowly get erect.
But then people will get mad because it's too similar to Aliens.
Oh shit, yeah. Like aliens, but dicks.
I'd play it.
Anyway.
10 out of 10.
Just the points.
So anyway, what obscure MegaTen games that haven't been released in English would you like to see get official releases in English, or just become available in English, get a fan translation or something?
SMTF.
Yeah. Well, that one, there actually is a fan translation being worked on for that.
Yeah, but if I had
they actually updated.
if
they're
I had
80% now.
Yeah, if I had to choose one, I'd say that.
If I had to choose, I would want.
which Demi Kids that hasn't been localized?
Well, Black Book was because it's the best Demi Kids game. But if I was gonna choose just one that would be objectively more interesting, I would really prefer for them to do 9 because 9 is not a bad game.
Oh yeah, that's so obscure we didn't even fucking mention it. The Xbox, the original Xbox game.
They could probably change the name so it's not super misleading, and just finish it. They can finish the online component, which would be it would work better now, and it could even be a handheld game. It'll still work pretty well.
No, don't say it. Don't say it too loud. They'll make it a handheld game.
Well, since it's on a Microsoft console, it'd have to be like Xbox One and PS4.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking was, since it's an Xbox game, the only way we could actually get it released would probably be on the Xbox Live Arcade.
Call it SMT1. Like Xbox One. So let's just mislead everyone.
Yeah.
I can only imagine the fandom's reaction to the game being Xbox exclusive.
Oh yeah. Oh,
they wouldn't care. They'd be like, "Oh, where's Persona 5?"
I wouldn't care to have an Xbox.
Yeah,
If I didn't have an Xbox already and they announced that shit for the Xbox, I would buy it. I would buy an Xbox. The only reason I bought a Wii U was for that fucking game, that whatever.
Gane Abin
Yeah, yeah,
Genie Ibn Raku.
Yeah, Genie Epic's Rock, MegaTen. That's the only reason I got a Wii U. I guess, yeah,
J-pop.
it'll be a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
I mean, I already have a theory that they're gonna use those assets to make another game, because Atlas is pretty cheap that way. Well,
For the Wii U.
yeah.
Expect Wii U MegaTen like for 5 more years. When nothing else is coming out, I expect more of those games. Shit, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't fucking mind.
Gane Abin Roku 2, 3, Q, Dancing All Night, Arena.
Ask fucking Nintendo if they could use the Smash Brothers engine. Make a fucking Gibbon and Roku Smash Brothers shit. I'd play that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the obscure SMT game that I'd like to see released in English is the original Devil Summoner.
Yeah.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah, I mean, we got Soul Hackers. I see no reason why not.
Yeah, isn't it odd that they chose Soul Hackers and not the original? Like, is there a reason for that? Do you guys have a theory on why?
The only thing I can come up with is that maybe as Soul Hackers is more recent, and it's on the 3DS. They actually did port the original Devil Summoner to the PSP, but the PSP isn't as popular as the 3DS or the DS.
Well, my theory is mostly just the allure of Nemessa, and like, I don't know, weirdness of the Pompadour. Like, they probably were trying to decide which one would sell more to like a person who like just likes Japanese culture or whatever. They decided, oh well, Nemessa on the cover looks a lot more appealing than Pompadour guy. So the reason why I think they chose Soul Hackers over Devil Summoner is the sex appeal of Nemessa versus the Pompadour guy from Devil Summoner. Like, the characters are more likable to like a generic RPG audience, I guess. And Soul Hackers, it has a lot of like those like more anime centric characters. And Devil Summoner is a little more serious, I guess, in terms of the story.
Devil Summoner.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to do the PSP version because it has another scenario that doesn't exist in the original. But I played it, and it's better than Soul Hackers in a lot of ways. But then at the same time, I can't really compare it because the Soul Hackers I played was the one with all the extra content. So, and it doesn't have all the bad stuff like the extremely long loading times and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's because it's a cartridge game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I've read about Devil Summoner, and just looking at screenshots of it makes me really interested in this game. I think it would be great if Atlas could just translate this game and then put it up for download on the 3DS eShop or the PlayStation Network or something like that.
Yeah, I think it'd be good because, especially if they plan to do any future Devil Summoner games, which I think that they will, considering how they left off with the Raito games. So to me, a logical step would be to translate Devil Summoner, which I don't think it would be too complex to do, and port it.
You think they're gonna make more Devil Summoner in the future? Why do you think that?
Well, there's four families. There's the Kyoji Kuzunoha family, the Girin Kuzunoha family, the Raito Kuzunoha family, and there's a fourth family that they don't mention, but they mention that there's four families. So if anything, they can make another game that covers the fourth family that isn't mentioned by name in the other games. So, because we've already had the Kyoji one and Girin appears in Raito 2. That's why I think that there's probably going to be at least one more Devil Summoner game.
Yeah, but the question is, would Atlas want to do it, seeing the sales of Devil Summoner 1 and 2 on the PS2?
Yeah, I mean, you're right, but then Soul Hackers did like as good as it can possibly do, I guess.
Yeah, it did considerably better.
Yeah, if Raida 1 and 2 were released in the gaming culture that is like now, they'd sell a lot more.
Yeah.
See those games released at a different time, franchise was it was getting popular at that time, but I think if those games released now, they'd sell a lot more.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and with all the new SMT players they attracted with SMT4.
Yeah, even with Persona, because Persona got people into that. I'm sure if they have a huge chance to really take off, have the SMT franchise take off with Persona 5, linking that with something else. I'm sure I've said that idea already.
Yeah, and speaking of which, Devil Summoner, at least for the first two Persona games, most fans say that Devil Summoner actually did take place in the same universe as Persona, for at least the first two.
Oh yeah, people do that. When people try to do the whole timeline thing, which could probably take up a whole podcast in itself.
Yeah,
maybe next week.
Maybe. That'll be just a really long episode.
Yeah. Because I think one of the biggest Easter eggs for that whole connection thing, my personal favorite is how what's his name, Victor. He appears in Persona 2. Well, I think he appears because there's a restaurant, an ocean themed restaurant, and you can see a silhouette of a guy who looks exactly like Victor as he appears in Soul Hackers, and even the ship and everything, and then all the nautical stuff that he talks about leading up until Soul Hackers makes me think that it's that he bought a restaurant or whatever, but it's like speculation.
Yeah, and then also in Persona 2, when you go into the police station, it's actually called the Kusunoha Detective Agency.
Yeah.
And they talk to you about how they summon demons and
stuff. It could
like
be just an homage.
Yeah, that's true. But
I mean, but it still plays a major part in the game. Like, use them to spread rumors, which are a big plot point.
Oh, okay. I haven't played the game, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an important role. But anyway, so one last thing I wanted to talk about was, why do you think some of these obscure SMT games, or even the first couple of SMT games, why do you think they were never released in North America?
Well, to me, for the most part, I would say Shin Megami Tensei as a franchise is like the most controversial franchise that's never actually provoked any controversy. And part of why they've never really promoted any controversies because SMT 1 and 2 never released here, and the controversy there would be their take on Christian lore, which would have set a lot of people. I mean, it does already without even existing. Then like the games like P2, which took forever to get here in a way that we can access it, has Hitler, and that's already like a thing. But they had to censor it in the Japanese version later on anyway, because it became a law that you can't depict like real life people or something. So they had to change it.
Yeah, it's Japan's rating system.
Yeah.
But we never got Eternal Punishment. The ironic thing is we got Innocent Sin on the PSP, but we didn't get Eternal Punishment on the PSP, but we still got Eternal Punishment on the PSP.
Yeah.
We got the second game years before the first game, and then just never got the second game again, I guess.
Yeah. But that's my thought is that I guess it's such a weird, dicey series that it's just better for them to not risk it, especially in the infancy of gaming. Like nowadays, if it released, it wouldn't be controversial as much because there's like much worse takes on different aspects of the Shin Megami Tensei games existing already. So back then it was just too dicey.
We've already got much bigger franchises that are stirring up a bunch of controversy.
Yeah.
Like, you guys remember when Modern Warfare 2 came out with the Russian mission?
Yeah.
One where you massacre the airport?
Yeah.
I don't remember that because when I did that mission, I didn't fire a single shot. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, really? But anyway, it was all over the news. People are like, oh, there's this game where you can massacre an airport. And, I mean, even when Doom came out, which was, I think, in 1993, that stirred up a lot of controversy just because of how violent it was.
Yeah. And I just feel like nowadays it wouldn't be a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we actually did get an official translation of SMT1 on the iPhone, but we still haven't gotten SMT2.
Yeah, and apparently we won't get it for a long time, if we even do get it.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get it. I mean, like to, but I don't think we will.
It's so weird. Like, why even put the effort for one? I don't know. I like to think of the Super Nintendo games, at least 1 and 2, as like one entity. I'm not saying like they're one game, but I think of them like you know, same with Raida 1 and 2.
Yeah, they're kind of like a duology that goes together.
Yeah, like
Digital Devil.
yeah, exactly. It's like why would they or that's a little different, but you know, like why would they release one not the other? It's so odd.
Yeah, same with Persona 1 and 2.
I don't know. Well, you never know. Atlas has surprises us all the time. You know, you never know.
Yeah. I mean, they surprised us a lot with Gene Ibon Roku.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was alluding to, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So, you guys want to get on to questions now?
That sounds like an idea.
Yeah, it is. Alright, anyway, Anonymous asks, why is Navarre such a faggot? Okay, my answer to that is they never really made Navarre's sexuality really clear, so, wow, I said queer. But they never made Navarre's sexuality clear, so, yeah, that's my answer.
For me, I would say that he's not really a bad character. He's just written to be a certain way, so people are annoyed by that. But there's like much more annoying characters inside the SNT franchise. Yeah, like Adachi, for instance. But you know, like the poorly written, like cliches. But I don't think he's that bad. There's worse people.
Well, the way I see it, if you hate that character that much, then he's a very well-written character.
Not if you hate him because he's written poorly. But what do you think, Shin?
I'm talking about Navarre's case.
Oh yeah. No, you're right.
That logic works, but you gotta word it a little differently, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's a faggot because of that green ascot he has in his shirt or scarf, whatever it is. As soon as I saw him on the game booklet with his foot on that little green on a little wooden log or whatever, that random piece of wood, I was like, this guy's a loser. It really bums me it annoys me that he didn't play a bigger role in the game. I know, supposedly.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You say he comes back later or something, right?
It's an optional quest, and it's really not. It's really not that important. Like, they could have just replaced Navarre with any random NPC, and it would have been the exact same.
But isn't it his like redemption quest or whatever? Makes him less.
Not really.
I don't know.
I mean, do you guys know what happens?
No.
Nope. Okay, well, basically, Navarre he becomes mentally unstable because of all the demons, and this is a samurai quest, by the way, but he becomes mentally unstable because of all the demons and asks you to escort him somewhere safe. So you take him down to the Florida Cafe in Tokyo, and when whatever his name is, I can't remember that old guy's name that you meet in the coffee shop. But anyway, he meets some guy, and he asks him about making a living being a hunter, and then he freaks out at that, so then he just leaves him alone.
Sounds like redemption to me. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. That's pretty terrible, actually.
It's not. He just loses his shit because mentally unstable.
Yeah, that's kind of...
I don't see why they needed to use Navarre for that. They could have just used it with any different character. I mean, he doesn't even recognize who you are when you meet him.
Well, because he has his mentally instability thing. He doesn't even know.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where he's at. See, you made him such a pitiable character. Wow.
I mean, and by the way, at the end, he says something like, "A person as noble as you would have to come from luxury birth."
Hmm.
Yeah. So, anyway, thank you for that question, Anonymous. Anyway, Lewis asks, "What is the one game in the series you wish more people would play?"
Huh.
I already know what Keith is gonna say.
Yeah. What am I gonna say? Let's see. Well, actually, since I've kind of gotten off my like Devil Children high horse because I realized that no one's gonna ever really just see the games and play them for what they are or whatever. They're gonna always be like, "Oh, this is Pokemon. Why am I playing this?" So instead, I'm gonna go ahead and say Last Bible 1, Revelations of the Demon Slayer. I wish everyone would play that game because it's kind of like a gateway, I guess, or more like an in between of SMT and like Dragon Quest. It's very Dragon Questy actually.
Yeah, and that game actually got an official translation.
Yeah,
A bad one, but still an official one.
and I even suggest it because it's not even that expensive. I like you'll see it for like anywhere from $10 to $30, and I saw like a complete box one today go for $50. So it's not like the most expensive obscure game. Whereas like Demi Kids, even though I think they're perfect the way they are and they shouldn't change at all, except their translation maybe. They're kind of pricey for someone who is only going to play a game for about 10 hours because they're really short. Yeah. So everybody play Last Bible 1.
Was that you that bought that new copy for $50?
Well, I tried to but I already have one. So then what my max bid was like 45, and I was like, if someone like outbids me, it doesn't matter because I already have it. So
It's the fact that you're already for it. I think it's funny.
I can't help myself.
You want to have the collection of all the SMT games like threefold, in case you're like have one in your house, have one sealed off in a cave somewhere.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like a weird impulse thing because like I have like 5 copies of Devil Children White Book, which is like I don't know why I have so many and they're new in box and I just don't know. I have a problem.
I think a lot of people have already played it, but I kind of just wish more people. I mean, in general, not just MegaTen fans, but more RPG fans. I wish would play Strange Journey. It's not really an overlooked game. I mean, it might be kind of in the spectrum of MegaTen games, but I just wish more people played it. Like, I wish it was more of a big hit. I think it's the best game on the DS by far, even better than Advance Wars and whatever else, Castlevania, all them. Because DS has a lot of great games, but I easily think it's the best DS game. Like the game is great, the exploring is great. I could go on and on about Strange Journey. But yeah, I wish the game was more like a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Europe that game.
I mean, luckily for them, the DS is region free, so yeah.
It is.
The DS is region free, except DSi enhanced games and DSiWare. Think.
Okay, so why would Nintendo make the DS region free but not the 3DS?
Money?
It's fucking Nintendo. Yeah, I mean, it probably is money.
Good old Nintendo. And I think we just lost half an with that statement. But anyway, Abraham asks, can you talk about our Lord and Savior Mara?
No.
In what capacity?
Can't.
I think the whole Mara joke's getting a little burnt out, if it already hasn't.
It was never funny to me. I never understood it. It was kind of just like, oh look, it's a phallic demon. Ha. But
yeah, and there's several, but I guess a dick and a chariot is just like the one. The first time I saw him, I thought nothing of it because I think there's crazier looking demons. I think Legion looks crazier. I was like, what the fuck is that thing?
Yeah, but Legion's not.
So it's just I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I agree with you, but that's not what most people think.
It's like a dick. I don't know. A dick isn't that big a deal. I have a dick. Like it's. I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Well,
actually,
Yeah, but do you have a
I
chariot?
think one of the reasons, I think the main reason Persona 3, or sorry, not 3, Persona 4 got an M rating was because of Mara. I mean, what do you guys think?
I think it's because they kill themselves every time they summon a thing.
Persona 4.
No, I'm talking about Persona
Oh,
4, not 3.
I think because Persona 4 makes me want to kill myself. No, I don't know why Persona 4. Maybe it's just a TV thing. They thought people would shove other people into TVs. Like the rating system is so like pretty dumb. Like the people who do it are dumb. So
Yeah, don't even get me started on rating system.
yeah, like that could be like a 6-part series.
Like you just want to see me rant about something, just bring up the way the ESRB ratings.
Yeah, and it's like, but I don't know. To get back to the point, I just don't know. Mara is not funny, and I don't like talking about Mara.
Like when I played Dante's Inferno, I remember because the final boss Lucifer, used like he has his cock hanging out. When I played it, I noticed it. I didn't lie. I just like okay whatever. His dick's hanging out. And then I saw my friend play it, and then he paused the game. He was like, dude, look. I was like, what the fuck? Like what? Is it that big a deal? Like pause the game and show me. Like okay, his dick's hanging out. Okay, kill him.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think a green penis in a chariot is as offensive as, say, beating a guy to death with a crowbar and splitting his head open with blood flying.
Which
everywhere.
MegaTen is that?
That's
Demi Kids.
It's Manhunt. But seriously, it's Manhunt.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
I don't know. I don't understand some people. But that's actually not the only question he asked. He also asked, would any of y'all cosplay Mara?
No.
It's impossible.
No.
And if it was possible, it would cost like $1,000 to get everything set up.
Just like paint your dick green and then brown
I
naked.
mean, it's not a true to honest cosplay, but I do that anyway.
Alright. Okay, who would be Mara and who would be the chariot?
Why can't I be both? I mean, if I was forced to cosplay Mara, if someone put a gun to my head and I was like, you have to be Mara, I could figure out a way to be both.
I think I'd just let him shoot me.
I think I'd be the cock. I could live as a dick. I do already.
Oh my god, should Mara get a full-length live feature act movie where he's a rock star trying to live the life to the fullest, but ends... Yeah, that's
ends up getting into a Fast and Furious movie with Vin Diesel.
I see why John didn't finish reading that.
Yeah, because I don't know if Vin Diesel is...
Vin Diesel.
No, that's not...
He's an actor in the Fast and Furious
That's not how he spells it, though. It's somebody else. I'm being a grammar Nazi. Vin Diesel. No, Mara shouldn't get anything. Mara shouldn't get attention at all. Mara shouldn't be a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't cut you off, but yeah, stupid.
No, it's valid. No more Mara, please.
Yeah, I think Mara jokes are getting kind of old. No offense, Abraham.
No offense intended for me, Abraham. Mara is fucking old.
Yeah, and no one likes Vin Diesel. I like his best roles are Iron Giant and the plant guy from that superhero movie.
Iron Giant. Oh
yeah,
he's the robot, huh? That's right.
Yeah, he's the Iron Giant.
I didn't recognize him. I didn't recognize his face.
I saw that movie when I was like 8.
That's like my favorite Disney movie. Then I found out it wasn't Disney, and I was really like upset.
Yeah, I saw it and I cried at the end. When he cracks that guy's head open with crowbar.
Right. Carlos asks, who's your favorite in any SMT series?
Favorite what?
He says, who is your favorite character in any series?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've answered this before.
I'm gonna give a different answer now.
Yeah, I'm so
okay.
Cielo from
DDS.
DDS. He's cool. He actually designs all the outfits for the other characters, which is why they all dress nice. So thank you, Cielo. Yep.
think. I mean, what I want to say, but I've already said it.
I got one. I got a character I actually really like. Hitomi in Soul Hackers. She's really cool. I like her like when she kind of accepts that Nemissa is like part of her, and like just her dialogue. I know it's like she's funny, like the way she acts and the whole like back and forth between them two. Obviously, Nemissa's cool too, but just Hitomi, I find more like down to earth, I guess. Well, obviously she's fucking human, but you know, I think she's cool when she's accepted Nemissa, and like hey, like this is my bot. You know, it's funny, it's interesting. I like her a lot. She's probably my favorite part of Soul Hackers so far. I'm like a few hours into it.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good game. But I guess my favorite character, or my other favorite character, would probably be Joe from Devil Survivor 2.
I don't remember who that is.
It's just... It's the guy that wears the black and white striped suit and the glasses.
Oh.
You know what? Why is it that every time someone talks about Devil Survivor 2, I always hear someone else say or type that, I don't remember who that is. Like, are all the characters just not memorable or something?
Well, for me, they're all like anime cliches, so they all blend in, and I just don't remember any of them. Like, I remember the main guy because he has a bunny hat or something, but like aside from that, I don't know.
Well, Joe is actually one of the few characters that isn't anime cliched.
Oh, he isn't? I mean,
I've never seen an anime with a character like him in it.
Oh.
But, I mean, in my opinion, the characters in Devil Survivor do stand out, but not necessarily in a good way.
There's a character that's just like him in an anime called Devil Survivor 2: The Animation. No, but, sorry. I had to say something really dumb. I'm sorry. I'll probably watch that anime to see how he is, because I don't remember him at all.
I've heard people say that the anime adaptation of Devil Survivor 2 is shit.
Yeah, I heard that too, but like everybody who has opinions about SMT, like they're usually not accurate to what I like Demi Kids, for instance.
I mean, I think the reason most people hate Demi Kids is they just look at it and they're like, oh, it's fucking Pokemon.
Yeah.
I gotta turn this into a drinking game one day. Like, take a shot every time Keith says Demi Kids.
I'll just say Devil Chin. Ha.
So Sanai, my favorite game, Block Book.
Yeah.
Alright, but the main reason I like Joe from Devil Survivor 2, it's just really the way he looks, the way he talks. Yeah, there's really not much more to it.
You could actually cosplay as him because you're you're lanky just like him.
Yeah, I actually want to at TaioCon next year, but I need to find a suit.
Do it.
But anyway,
you should cosplay as Jack Skeleton because that would be fucking stuff.
Jack Skeleton. I think the only other SMer I could actually cosplay would be Takaya from Persona 3. Because he's really skinny, just like I am.
Revolver Jesus?
Yeah. Except I don't know how I'd get those tattoos.
I know a shop.
I don't want to get I don't want to get real tattoos.
So it's not gonna be a committed cosplay? Completely authentic?
No, it wouldn't. Alright. Anyway, back on topic. Marcos says, "What is your specific alignment?"
Are you sure the name right?
Marcos. I don't know how it's pronounced.
Oh, on my thing. Okay, whatever. I have a different name on my thing.
Yeah, my thing says Nikki Blackwell or Nike. I don't know. But to answer the question, I don't really have an alignment, so I just go neutral because that's the basic premise in neutrals. I don't really have an opinion, I guess.
Mine's chaos easily. Like always.
Yeah, mine's Chaos 2. Despite what happened earlier today.
Oh.
And in case you guys, those of you who are listening to this, you don't know, but I went to church earlier today.
Little Jeff came out.
You could still be chaos and go to church.
Yeah, well, I mean, the reason I'm chaos is because chaos is basically just do whatever you want. Like, you want to go to church, go to church.
But wear your Satan shirt to remind people where you're from.
I see chaos more as like survival of the fittest, like the strongest win, that kind of shit.
Yeah, you're that
Yeah,
Chiaki chaos. That's
I
why.
see it as.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that's not to sound like all pretentious, but that's kind of how I live my life, I guess. Like if I have a problem with something, like I'll do something about it and like tell someone, like, hey man, I don't like you. Like I like Jeff. He knows I don't like him because that's how I am. Oh,
Shots
God, he
fired.
knows.
Hot-
But
hot
I'll still
fired.
talk to him though. Obviously, that's the whole point of getting good discussions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's that next question?
But- Next question, Anthony asks, stylish SMT character.
That's a question.
Yeah.
Because that's a question mark at the end.
I'm guessing he wants to know who we think are the most stylish SMT characters.
Off the top of my head, Isamu and Garen have the coolest clothes, I guess.
Fucking Isam.
Why? Because Samu looks like Mr. Slave from South Park.
I don't think so. I think he looks like just like a I'm cool guy, or at least a guy who tries to be cool, and that's why he dresses like that. He's got the cool Azazel buckle and ring thing going. He has a nice hat, and then Garen is like a less pretentious version of Raido, like in terms of the outfit. And since Raido's outfit's a school uniform mostly, he's doing it willingly and not because it's a uniform. So Garen's better.
Fuck. I don't know. I think most. I mean, if I had to pick one like stylish, I guess SMT1 hero, like his art. I guess like it looks pretty cool after the time warp where he has like the comp, like the way his clothes look. I think it's pretty stylish. Like it's like a as stylish as you can get in like a Terminator, apocalypse kind of situation.
Yeah, like it's like the world's ended, but I still gotta look pretty good.
Yeah, like if I look that good during after the nukes hit Long Beach, cool, good for me. I look good.
I'm gonna go with the Summoner 1 protagonist.
Pompadour guy,
White
whatever
suit.
his name is.
Kyoji,
Yeah.
I think,
White suit, haircut.
straight out of the '80s.
Yeah.
What years does the game take place in? Like, does it take place in the 80s?
I don't know, but for them,
I love the game.
the '80s never ended, based on his style.
The game came out in 1995. But I'm guessing it does take place in the 80s.
We'll save that. We'll save that for the timeline episode.
Yeah, it takes place in the '80s in my heart.
I'm guessing Devil Summer takes place in like 1990X.
Yep, it does. That's what it says on MegaTen Wiki. What does that X mean?
So fucking play Mega Man X. Mega Man X is like, in the year 20XX. Like, that's too many X's. You cross the line with the X's. Just say in the year 2001. September 11, 2001, Mega Man X takes place. Say something like that.
It's all for X.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Exactly.
That's because we didn't talk about that Shin Megami Tensei 20XX game.
Yeah, what is that?
Didn't.
Yeah, I don't fucking know, but it has a lot of X's in there. It's kind of important.
The more X's, the more extreme.
X for extreme. But anyway, he also asks favorite SMT games.
Nocturne and Strange Journey.
Strange Journey and Black Book.
Devil Survivor 1 and Persona 3. Just because I actually taught this in episode 1.
Same with the next question.
Yeah.
But we
SMT boss battles.
Yeah,
Don't have one.
Yeah, last time I said Matador, but this time I'm gonna pick a different one. And I'm gonna say I guess Memalef. Spoilers for Strange Journey. The final boss of Strange Journey, Memalef, that's because she looks fucking badass.
Cool.
She's hard as shit, and that song is fucking amazing, and just everything about it's badass. Obviously, I prefer her first form, because I think this second form is fucking too simple. The little fucking orb. Oh, I didn't like that. But her first form is looks really cool, and like the attack she does, they're pretty It's pretty awesome. It was a pretty epic fight, and obviously it's extremely difficult. Probably the hardest fight in the game. Actually, it is the hardest fight in the game. Although I never fought Demiurge, so don't tell me that.
Since I don't really have a favorite one, I'm just gonna say Fudomimi because I don't like Fudomimi. And one of my favorite parts of the game, spoiler, is when he dies and gets his like head crushed or whatever because he sucks.
Who is that? I have no idea who that is.
He's that law preachy mannequin guy who wants to have mannequins have their reason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he definitely needed to die. So
call me like I don't know what Nocturne. Like I fucking love Nocturne, but there's so many like all the names are very Japanese or something. Like
yeah.
If you ask me right now, like what is Chucky's reason? Like I do not fucking know. What
Yasuga?
Okay, okay. What's the other one? Musubi.
It sounds delicious. I don't know.
And then all the mannequin names. Like there's a lot of stuff that I don't learn. I forget some of that shit. Like I know the character names, but not all the character names. What's that guy's name? Like Yagasaka or something?
What?
Like that.
The only mannequin's name I know is Futomimi, and he's like the leader.
Yeah, but what the one you fight that summons Grimakala?
I know it starts with a Y.
I don't think it starts with a Y. Sakahagi?
Well, I have no idea.
Sakahagi is the guy that skins the people.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, because his name is actually the form of killing that he uses to kill people. So it's like kind of lame, I guess. Really lazy. Oh, Hiho is also one of my favorite bosses. Ha 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 ha, I'm so funny, Hiho.
I guess. Well, I already mentioned that my favorite boss is Babel from Devil Survivor, but just for the sake of this, I think I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Nyx from Persona 3, just because I like the music, and it's that feeling like everything you've done in the entire game for the past 90-something hours is all been done for this one battle. That's just how I feel.
I like how games do that. Like some boss battles feel very detached, or like a separate experience, or like their own thing. But some boss battles actually feel like a conclusion. Like they're real.
Yeah.
Like most Metal Gear, actually all Metal Gear games, although I haven't beaten the new one, obviously, are like that. Like each final boss is very satisfying.
Yep. Anyway, the next thing he asks, favorite SMT OSTs. That's original soundtracks, in case you don't know.
Well, I have a couple. Well, I have a lot, because I started collecting OSTs. But, I guess my top three would be, Strange Journeys, SMT2 Sound Relation, which is just it's a select few, of the sound of the soundtrack, and then it has maybe 10 rearranged versions that are performed by a live orchestra. So like it basically makes all the songs that they played better. And then the third one, I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's it's a compilation of all the Devil Summoner soundtracks with live orchestrated versions, and it's pretty good.
Mine's got to be Nocturne.
Yeah, Nocturne has a great soundtrack.
I use that shit for workouts all the time.
Yeah, I use it for studying.
I mean, I can't see that because I like to use ambient shit, but yeah, that's cool. I hope you do good in your studies, man.
Yeah, I do.
Or
I guess I shouldn't really say studying, like if I'm just writing a paper or something.
Because if you don't study, you end up like Murusubi, whatever the fuck his name is.
I'm a straight A student. I don't need to study.
I need to study. I'm a straight A student too, but I have to work hard for the money.
I mean, sometimes if I'm working on school or whatever, I'll also listen to Persona soundtracks because it's pretty fitting. Like the game takes place in high school.
But don't most of the songs make you want to dance?
Some of them.
You dance, John?
No, I don't dance.
Do you dance, Keith?
No.
You never
not
dance?
When
you don't like to a party and dance?
Oh well, yeah, in those situations. But if like, usually I'm just like sitting down quietly, chillaxing.
Like,
As
do
as
you
it
ever
were.
go to a club? Like, you ever go, hey, let's go to Club Milton? Like, you go with a girl and then like you go dancing, or whatever.
Yeah, I do that, but the problem is I usually end up being like the center of attention, and I don't know if everybody is okay with me just doing that all the time.
Oh, okay. Just wondering.
Yeah, and one other thing I wanted to mention about that comment was, I'm sorry, Anthony, but he actually, I didn't read this until just now, he actually wanted me to use his YouTube name, which is Theos
Yeah,
Andromax. So,
that's
yeah,
what I'm seeing.
I'm sorry I didn't use it. I'll be sure to put a link to his channel in the description if I can find it. But just go give his channel a, just go check out his
What
channel.
is his channel?
I don't know.
Something about Neo soundtracks, most likely.
Alright. Well, thank you guys for listening. Make sure you email us at hereticmanch@gmail.com. And seriously, I actually would like you to email us because we don't have any emails.
Well, we get emails, but we get like 1, 2 a week. But it'd be cool if we got more. Just
Yeah.
whatever. Anything MegaTen or game
Yeah,
related.
we didn't have any.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be MegaTen related. You can just use it as a sex hotline if you like.
Fucking
Just no Mara jokes, please.
Please. But that's all we have. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you on the next Heretic Mansion.
physically see you. Yes.
Yeah, physically see you.